Player to watch, definitely Guilherme, right? Yeah. All right. I am not sharing the stream, by the way. I need to be right now. I haven't done it yet. Dynamo have a 42% chance of winning, according to MLS. I have to listen to see if you can hear me. Well, you can. And Kansas City has a 30.8% chance, and a draw is 20.7. Or 27.0, I think. Sergi Boyko is our referee. I'm not a big fan of him. He gets out a lot of yellow cards. 4.52. I don't know if you can see where my mouse is, but I'm circling it. Oh, it's probably because I'm not even in Google. There. Yeah, it's working. Did I accidentally end the stream? I think I clicked alt on accident. If you don't know, that's my my hotkey to end the stream. And we're underway. Artur, Andrade. I can't believe we have the back of the jersey sponsor that. Resh to Bond. Is that Andrade at left back? Or am I just not well? What is going on? Hello, SofaScore? Why is Anali at right back? Yeah, so Andrade's at left back and Anali's at right back. We have not seen this season. We've never seen this ever, actually. Bond. To Halter. To Resh. To Halter. Over the top looking for Ponce. Headed. Ponce gets there. Jack. Guillerme. Cross comes in. Headed out for a corner. Who crossed that? That's Bozat. 5 is Blorian. 3 Mascara. 8 Davis. 18 Karic. 22 Besong. 4 Janssen. 7 Capita. 20 Ajiabeng. 11 Harris. 9 Jovilic. There's always with these teams, like with Austin, it was that Plaheta guy or whatever his name was. With DC, there was that one. I forget. Was it the? I don't think it was the Japanese guy. Someone on the DC team I was struggling with all stream. Munta Anu or something like that. Yeah, that was it. Aguirre made to take the corner for the Dynamo. Cross comes in. Halter's header. It's way over the bar. Way over the bar. It's not. It was not that far over the bar. It really could have gone in. That could have been 1-0 super early. That's a bullet header, and not even that far over the bar. Mosquera to Davis. Back to the keeper, Cleveland. Here is Blorian. Mosquera. And Ollie cuts it out. Resh heads it, and Blorian to Karic, to Harris, to Janssen, to Mosquera. Davis plays it in behind, looking for Capita. It's blocked off Andrade. Hector will he get there? They do. Ajiabang gets it to Davis. Janssen to Davis. Goes back to Mosquera. Blorian to Harris. And they go back to Janssen. Karic plays it over the top. And Ollie will get there, I think. No, Harris. And he'll get it to, and he'll give it right to Halter. Halter's hit, and Artur. One back. Ajiabeng. Here's Davis. Davis and Ajiabeng. And it's cut out by Bozat. McGlynn. Ponce. Bozat. Artur. Jack McGlynn. Jack, switch it. Jack, come on. What is Guilherme doing? Run there. Artur. Hector Herrera. Bozat. Hector Herrera. Jack McGlynn. Lawrence and Ollie. Jack McGlynn. Lucas Halter. Lawrence and Ollie. Jack McGlynn. Artur. And Ollie, I think, or no, who was that? That's Bozat to Halter. Bozat looks so weird in the sun. I know he got a haircut, but like Resch to Halter to Herrera to Artur, given away to Davis, and it's cleared. They were going for Guilherme there. Resch heads it. Hector switches it, looking for an Ollie. Finds an Ollie. Perfect ball, too. Over the top, looking for Ponce. Ponce gets a touch. Mosquera. Can Ponce get there? It's corner for the Dynamo. Ponce, actually, well done there. Ponce's not been bad the last 2 games. He does everything but score goals. All right. Guilherme, I guess, to take the corner again, or is this one Jack? Can't believe Bozat's playing in the 10. Like, well, I mean, last game he played in the 10 too, but it felt so weird. Especially now that Artur's playing in this game. I think Samaseku and Herrera were the midfielders last game. Guilherme's corner. Over Resch. It's headed away. Jack. Guilherme. Guilherme crosses it. Caught by Cleveland. Davis. And here's Janssen. A lot of space to run in the midfield. Karic doesn't even... He just fasted out of play. He could have kept running if he wanted to. He had, like, a lot more space he could have ran through. That's unlucky for him. The ball's in play. They're showing Raphael Wiki. But, like, we're in play, ref. Come on. Resch. To Andrade. Andrade at left back today. He was at right back last week, and Anali was at left back. He's at right back today. The reason they are is because there's no Bogusz. So Jack is playing as more of the cam instead of normal. Just Bozat overplays it. Anali at right back looks really interesting. I don't know how this is gonna go. Though it is against Kansas City, so like of all teams, like this is like the team you'd want to play against. Halter goes down, wins a free kick. The jersey sponsor is just too annoying. It's like the back of the jersey. I can't look at it and feel like, oh, I'm so happy the Dynamo added that to their jerseys. Here's a free kick for the Dynamo. Jack to take it on his left foot. Crosses it in, headed away, only as far as Artur. Right back to Anali. Anali's forced to go back to the keeper. Jonathan Bond. Why is it all the way back with Jonathan Bond already? Come on. Anali. Hector Herrera. Artur. Felipe Andrade. Hector Herrera. Agustin Resch. Halter. Bond. Andrade kind of playing as like a midfield. Bond. Halter to Jack. Jack is going to switch it over the top, looking for Ponce. It's headed away by Mascara. And Ollie gets a touch. Can Bozak get there? Bozak does. McGlynn forced to go back to Lucas Halter. What was that? Resch. Halter. Resch. Halter. Jack plays it in behind to an Ollie, or that was Bozak. An Ollie switch to Jack. It's not good enough though. They're playing an Ollie a lot down the right. Here is Capita. Guillermo is not trying to defend. What is he doing? Davis. Does a little swish thing. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. Davis to Capita. Right? Who? Here's our tour. Herrera. Boza. Intercepted. But Herrera to Guillermo, and Guillermo has space to run. And that's a free kick and a yellow card. Berg Johnson getting a yellow card. For stopping a counterattack. Fan voting? I'm trying to... This. I've never seen this before. Hector Herrera. Felipe Andrade. Agustin Resch. Lucas Halter. Lawrence Anali. Lucas Halter. Agustin Resch. Still has it. Forced to go back to the keeper. Bond. To Halter. Jack. Does he keep it in? It goes out for a throw into Kansas City. Mascara. To Berg Johnson on a yellow. Gotta be careful. Karic. Florian. Mascara. Florian. Karic. Goes back to the keeper, getting pressed by Ponce, clears it immediately. Boza or that was Halter. And it's one back by Kansas City. Karic wants to play it over the top for cannot. Goes back to the keeper, Cleveland. To Mascara, getting pressed by Guillermo. Herrera gets a touch, and it's going to go out for a throw into Kansas City. This is the type of game we should be winning very, very easily. Long throw in over the top. Can Andrade get there? Andrade does. Jovic. Capita shoots and it's saved by Jonathan Bond. Boza. Stop cutting away during my commentary. To Jack McGlynn. And Ollie. Lucas Halter. Andrade is in pain. Hector Herrera, Guillermo Herrera, Halter. I don't like seeing Andrade touching his knee. Mosquera, Resch, Jovic, and it's given right away. Here is Capita on the right, taking on Andrade. Davis, Berg Johnson. Berg Johnson, I think that was best song. That might be Courage. Florian to Courage. Courage crosses it in. Header by Harris. It goes wide. Here is Capita. Goes back to Davis. Davis crosses it in. Header away by Resch. Missed. Courage just like completely misses it. Harris goes back. Florian. Davis. Mosquera. Florian. Courage. Resch keeps it to Artur. Anali just send it away. Ponce. Artur. Andrade finally does. Hector goes down. It's a foul against Kansas City's Mosquera. No yellow, which I disagree with. Calling him over, so maybe it is a yellow. Give him a yellow. What did you call him over for? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Was there any need? Just restart play. Resch. Herrera. Guillermo goes down, and that's gotta be a yellow card. Come on. We tried to play it over the top to an ollie, but they decided that we're not going to let him play short. We're not going to play him quick. They're showing Houston Dynamo head coach Ben Olsen, who has dropped Mateus Bogusz, who scored 2 goals in our last game. He is not there. I think it might be because they just had a baby and he's in Poland, probably seeing family. Resch to Herrera. To Lucas Halter. To Resch. To Herrera. To Artur. To Guillermo. To an ollie. Jack. Back to an ollie. An ollie. To Halter. To Jack. An ollie. Crosses it in. It's blocked. And Harris. How is that? Oh my gosh. This Kansas City team is not fun to play against. And when it comes to them, just like to players being on the floor, they foul a lot and they go down a lot. It's crazy. Cleveland to Davis. And Capita puts it out for a throw into the Dynamo. Andrade throws it to Artur. Here's the captain, Artur. Here's Boza. Going back to Lucas Halter. Halter to Anali. Halter. Resch. A lot of space. But stays with Herrera. Herrera plays it over the top looking for Anali. Karic heads it out for a throw in. Still progress the ball though. Anali to Jack. Jack to Boza. Artur to Resch. Artur. Boza. Given away to Davis. To Cleveland. Getting pressed by Ponce. Davis. To clear. And Resch will get it. And will get tackled by Jovic. And that should be a yellow card. This has to have been like the 10th foul of this game already. There's a lot of fouls. Ajiyabing fouls him. Is this not a yellow card for Joveljic? I don't see how that's not. He like sweeps him off his feet, like just both legs. That's not a 2-footed challenge, but he does like pull him off his legs. That should be a yellow card. Herrera to Andrade. Herrera to Ponce, and it goes right past him after. Cleveland. What do you mean OBS Studio disconnected? I don't see anything. A reconnection, okay. Basson goes through his legs, hits his unlucky, to Mosquera, which is, I guess, lucky for us, because he had to go backwards. Davis, Mosquera. I can't believe Bosan is playing Cam. Here's Karic, Joveljic, but no, there's Resch. Throw into Kansas City. Karic to Harris. Karic. Caught by Bond. To Guilherme. Guilherme forced to go back to Andrade. Boza. Guilherme, who was an all-star. Capita wins it off of him. Guilherme wins it right back. Hector Herrera. Artur. And Ollie. Jack. Halter. Resch. To Halter. To Artur. Halter. Jack. And Ollie. And they win it here. Halter wins or tackles him and wins the and gives him a throw in. Karts wants more options. Goes to his men, and here's Mosquera now on the ball. Out from Blorian. Mosquera. Berg Johnson. Mosquera to, I think that's Basong Davis. That's Joveljic. What is Joveljic doing so deep? Mosquera to Blorian. And Harris, Karic. Boza tackles, and Harris. Johnson. Karic. Here's Basong, I think. Davis. Capita taking on Andrade. Goes back to Mosquera. Johnson. Florian. Harris. Crosses it in. Off and Ollie out for a throw in. To the Dynamo. That went off a Kansas City player, apparently. And Ollie to Artur. And Ollie. Halter. Ponce. McGlynn. Artur goes down. It's a free kick for the Dynamo. Here's Artur. To Jack. To an Ollie. Jack. Bozat plays an ollie in. Can an ollie get there? An ollie does. An ollie if he pulls it back. Herrera off the line. Corner, right? They've said goal kick? Really? How? Herrera, all you've got to do is put some height into that. And that's 1-0. Good pullback from Anali. The thing is, Guilherme's not there. Guilherme wanted to get it, but he couldn't, and that's who was going for it. But it falls back for Herrera, and Herrera, it's just cleared off the line. Oh, it's a corner. Here's Jack McGlynn to take it. Jack on his left heads it away by Kansas City, and it's a throw in for the Dynamo. We need to get like some chances. They just upped his rating a lot. I see. Andrade. Ponce. Throw in. We basically just got like forward by like 10 yards. Ponce. Guilherme. Artur. Herrera. Artur. Why are we going backwards? Resh. Guilherme. Free kick to the Dynamo. For I don't know what reason. This ref gives a lot of fouls. It is Sergi Boyko. I don't know what I'm saying. We all knew this. I'm surprised he's only given out 1 yellow. What a clear, though. Can't even lie, that was amazing. Jake Davis knew exactly where to be. If that's actually him, it's him. Resh. Halter. Here's Anali. Bozat. Halter. Resh. Over the top looking for Ponce, or that's Guilherme actually that he was looking for. It's cut out by Davis, and here is Capita. I think he keeps it in, but he basically just gave it to Resh. Resh to Bond. Bond, get that to Halter. Thank you. Why go back to Bond? Bond to Resh. Resh clears it. Can Anali get there? No, he can't. But Guilherme, Jack to Guilherme. It's a 4v6 situation. Headed away by Basong. The cross. Here, Bozat wins the throw. We'll take it quick to Guilherme. Guilherme. Artur to Guilherme. Guilherme. To Bozat. To Artur. To Andrade. To Artur. Halter. Resh. Halter. An ollie, but his like an ollie wins it back and then gives it right back away to Aji Abeng. An ollie, Artur. Herrera. To Bozai. Where is Guilherme? There is Guilherme. Why is he on the right? Jack is on the left. And he goes down. And that's a free kick against Basong. Somehow, Kansas City only have 1 yellow. Guilherme and Jack. Like, not only is Boyko calling so many fouls, but Guilherme. And Ollie. Guilherme. Halter. Bozat. It's throwing. Quickly done. Karic. Resch is going to get a yellow for that. Bozat, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Just don't stop. Just counter it. Don't stop it. That was... Any second we'll be at the hydration break. Jovic has 4 touches. Guilherme has 19. Looking like the only All-Star that played in the All-Star game in this game is doing better. Guilherme. Guilherme's been pretty good in this game, actually. Caught by Bond, whatever that was. To Artur. And they're showing best song. Hector Herrera. Over the top looking for Guilherme. Can Guilherme get there? Guilherme can, but does he keep it in? No, he can't. Guilherme gets a touch, but then puts it out on accident. His touch isn't good enough. I see someone in a Frankfurt jersey. Frankfurt, I guess is how you say it. Hector Herrera. Artur. Herrera. And Guilherme just puts it out for a throw-in. Trying to do a back heel to, I think, what probably Ponce or Bozat or whoever would run into that space. I wouldn't be surprised if it was anyone. Davis, Artur. How is that a foul? Wait, what? Davis switches it with his free kick. Finds Harris. The song to his left. And they win a corner, Kansas City. Bond. They're showing Jack McGlynn now, who's an All-Star last year, I think. Was he last? Was he All-Star? I don't think he was. Here is Aji buying. Davis. Aji buying. Pulls it back. Bozat. Herrera can... Is he going to put it out for a corner? No, he's not. Jack is going to clear it. Herrera's header. Gives it away. Goes back and... Here's Mascara. We really need to score. Karic. Blorian. To Harris. Taking on an ollie. Harris. Goes back. Basong to Karic. To Basong. To Blorian. To Mascara. Someone made a run, but Mascara didn't play him. Berg Johnson. And Blorian. Harris. Cross comes in. Andrade chests it to the keeper, Bond. The cross was from Karic. Guilherme. To Halter. Anali. Artur. Bozat. Jack McGlynn. Ponce to Guilherme. Jack McGlynn to Lawrence and Ollie. Jack McGlynn, Guilherme. Jack McGlynn, Artur, Halter, Resch, Halter, Bozat, Guilherme, Resch, Artur, Jack McGlynn. Plays it into Bozat. Bozat lays it off. They get a touch. Resch way over the bar. If Bozat can only just shoot first time there, I think that's a goal. I think Guillermo has the strength or like the shooting to hit that into the back of the net. I did the opposite of what I meant to do. So I meant to turn on the light in my house, and I turned down my phone brightness for some reason. I don't know why. I did the opposite of what I meant to do. And here is Mascara. And Resh has pushed like 4 players down. I can't believe he's good. Bro, Sergio Boyko, you have not had a good game. Like, come on. Can we get a new ref? Please. Davis. Caught by Bond. Halter. Bond. Resh. Guillerme. Blorian. Johnson. Berg Johnson. Goes back to Mascara. And Ajiabang to Karic to, and it's cleared. Here's Bozat, Artur, Herrera, back, Artur, Ponce, Herrera wins it, wins a foul. Herrera wants to take it quick, but was not able to. Artur, Bozat, Jack, Hector Herrera, Artur, Hector Herrera, Artur, Resh, Halter, Herrera, Artur, Artur, Bozat, Manu Garcia's on the bench. Someone I think is probably their best or second best player. They have some good guys on the bench. I don't even know their roster anymore. Like, it's changed so much. Gillingham, Linger, like, oh, there's Arana, there's McGuire. I don't know. I keep doing that. Definitely McGuire is someone I want to come on, but Arana, someone I believed in for a while. Have we not had a hydration break? Davis, Guillerme, headed by Andrade, Herrera, Guillerme, Ponce, Hector Herrera, McGlynn. Can Ponce get there? Ponce, it's saved by Cleveland. Now I'm going to drink some water. And here's Basong. As soon as I can, I'm going to drink some water. Over the top, looking for Harris. Harris. Bond sweeps it. It's out of play for a throw in. Karic. To Berg Johnson. Mascara. Davis. Mascara. Florian. Basong. Karic. Florian. Basong. Goal kick for the Dynamo. Artur and Anali high five each other. I feel like I have the hiccups for some reason. I just drank water too. Resh to Bon. Resh. Andrade. That was still in. Ref, that was still in. Come on. Davis. Jovic. And it's out for a. How? What are you even saying happened? Davis throws it back. That should not be legal. I don't think it is, but fine. Blorian. Karich. Harris. Goes back to the keeper now. That was Mascara went to Davis to Berg Johnson. Here is Karich. Back. Here's Berg Johnson. Mascara. And Jovic. The cross come in. Jovic doesn't get a shot off here. Ajiabang. And the cross come in. Andrade will clear it. Guilherme gives it away. And it's a free kick in a really good position. No, it's not. Huh? Artur goes down. They try to cross. Capita does not get past Andrade. Andrade gets it away to Herrera. Herrera to Andrade. Bozat just sends it away. Davis and Blorian to Karich. Headed by Andrade. Guilherme just gives it away to Mascara. I keep forgetting his name for some reason. Johnson from I don't know anymore. Here's Johnson on the ball. By Song. Karich. Basong or Basong. Florian. Johnson to Davis. Why are they attacking now? Just stop it. Ajiabing. Herrera. Jovic. Jack McGlynn. And Ollie is given away. And here is, I forget who for is, Berg Johnson, and they go back to their keeper, Cleveland. Mascara. Over the top. Davis. Andrade header. Davis. Jovic. One back by Artur. Jovic. Jovic. Yes. Good block. I don't know what I'm saying. Out for a throw in. Mascara. Blorian. Berg Johnson. Davis. Mascara. Berg Johnson. Mascara. Ajiabeng and Artur Ponce. Herrera. Jack. Plays it over the top looking for Guilherme. Finds him. Where's the foul going against? Is it going against the Dynamo? Someone got a yellow on Kansas. Is that Basong? Berg Johnson got sent off. Wait! Kansas City are down to 10 men. Kansas City are down to 10 men right as they finally get into this game. Right before halftime. They are down to 10 men. The worst team in the West on points. Just that's a red on its own. Yeah, that's a red on its own. What is that? That's a terrible tackle. And now Kansas City down to 10. Right before halftime. Berg Johnson walking off. I can't believe they changed the red card thing. It's so cool though. I actually kind of like it more. I think the logo still should be there. Hot take. Did he just call halftime? Okay, sure. Back. Second half starting. Hey, Cats for Days in the chat. Bo Yellow out. Shake my head. What is? I'm confused. I think. Do you mean about Berg Johnson? He was sent off, yeah, right before halftime. And we're about to get into the second half very soon. We didn't have a hydration break in the first half, by the way. That's kind of weird. Is that not? No Bogush, and we still have not scored one goal. A little bit, yeah. And they're underway. Best song. Davis over the top. It's cleared away by Andrade. Hector Herrera. Artur. Andrade. Guilherme. Andrade. Herrera. Artur. Herrera switches it to an ollie. Goes back to Artur. Kansas down to 10 men, so this is going to be a lot of Dynamo attacking. Herrera to Guilherme. Guilherme. We're committing another man forward. That's very interesting. Herrera. Halter. Our high line is higher than ever. Resch. And Anali. McGlynn crosses it in. Header out for a corner. Right? No, it's a goal kick. How is Moises playing? That has to be a Kansas City player because I'm a Dynamo. I think that's going to be Mascara. He's been pretty good. He's definitely been actually I think he's Kansas's best player. It does say Davis has 7.2 rating, but that's only because he cleared the ball off the line. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really practice the first names for the players. I only practiced the last names. Florian. And Nutmeg's Jack McGlynn, but Artur wins it back for the Dynamo. Lucas Halter. Augustine Resch. Jack McGlynn. Or that's Guilherme. I don't know what to do. I've made that mistake twice this game. Halter. Andrade. Guilherme. To Anali. Playing right back, which is interesting because he usually plays left back. Jack McGlynn. Artur. Which is it's crazy is Anali was signed to be a left back. Ooh, that's got to be a foul, right? Harris ran, but got pushed down by Halter, and it's won back by Anali. They called no foul. Herrera, Ponce, Herrera, Andrade, Guilherme. It's over. Everyone and out for a goal kick. Jack put out of play for a corner by Jake Davis. Jack or Guilherme to take the corner here. Last time, I think this was Jack. We have 3 corner takers on our team. Jack, Guilherme. Okay, it was Jack to Guilherme, taken quickly. Jack to Artur. Artur shoots. Saved by Cleveland. That was actually that's the first shot in this game that it was like on target. Well, not really. There was the one Jake Davis cleared off the line, but I mean, one other than that, like I don't think we've seen anything else. Herrera, Guillerme taking on Jake Davis. Guillerme goes back to Herrera. Ponce's header just over the bar. And it's goal kick for the Kansas City. They should go back to being the Wizards. I'm so lost. What just happened? They come back from a replay and the ball is just flying from midfield or something like that. And it goes out of play. Okay, so Jack Ponce Ponce. Hello? Why? And replay is right out of play, I think. Okay, Apple, you're not doing a good job right here. And Ollie. Heck to Herrera. Herrera to Andrade. Guillerme. Trying to find Ponce, but doesn't. Kansas City clear it. It's deflected. Blorian. We'll just clear it away. Halter. Andrade gives it back to. I didn't miss the Wizards' name. The jerseys back then were better. Oh, the rainbow one. Like the one with like the Are you talking about like the Wizards? Like I think I know which one. Yeah, it's the I don't remember what season that was, but there was the one that I remember seeing that kid all over the place. I found one on Instagram, which was weird. For some reason, my like throat is like just like turned my voice into something else. And it's throwing. Davis. Cleared away by Artur. Mosquera gets a header. Boza. Ponce tries to chase down, goes Karch goes back to Cleveland. I'm surprised Kansas City hasn't done a sub, especially since they're down a midfielder. Cleveland plays it over the top, and Ollie, it goes off of Ollie's back, and Jack wins it back for the Dynamo. Halter to Resch, which this feels weird. Resch, it just seems like more the type of right center back. I know we've seen him a lot more in like the central center back role, or I guess center back role, and Halter as a left center back. But now they've swapped. Halter's like right center back, and Halter's left center back. Here's Halter. Herrera in between the two center backs. Teresh. Herrera. No one makes runs on the Dynamo except for Guillerme and Anali. Artur. Andrade. Why did it do that? Artur. Anali. Herrera. Jack. Herrera. Resch. Halter. Herrera. Jack. Guillerme. Ponce wins it back for the Dynamo. Ponce just passed Anali and out for a goal kick to Kansas. They have no excuse, Dynamo. How can you not have scored a goal already? It's like 0 goals is terrible against Kansas City. I know you're only 55 minutes into the game, but you gotta do better. Is Jake Davis hurt? That looked like really weird. His like limp. Cleveland's McGlynn to Bozai. Yeah, we really should be winning. McGlynn, a lot of space for Guillermo here. This could be it. Shoots. Goal! Guillermo! I jinxed this in a good way. Goal! Guillermo. 1-0. That is our all-star. And Jack McGlynn assists. Like the two players on our team that are like actually like really good. He scores. It's laid off. This is Guillermo's celebration. This is not the first time he's done this celebration. Lays it off to, or Jack just lays it off to Guillermo here, and Ponce drags away two center backs, and Guillermo hits it off of the palms of Cleveland, and it's 1-0 for the Dynamo. Okay. And now we are in the lead. And that puts us like fifth in the, is it fifth or fourth in the West? Cleared away, and here's Augustine Resch. The good thing is like there's basically you've got a good enough way, so I think you're pretty much gonna win this one. An ollie. Guillermo. Halter. Resch. Andrade. Herrera keeps it in. Bozat. Resch. The halter. Guillermo, what was that? It's like he was making a run, but not. McGlynn. An ollie. There's no one in the box for an ollie to cross it to. Guillermo. Cleared away by Blorian. Chased down by Jonathan Bond. Halter. Like, Ben Olsen woke up for this, like, since the red card. Though, it is Kansas also. He should, like, we should have been up 1-0 in the first half. Or very early. Like, the Jake Davis clear off the line was very lucky. Artur. Resch. Herrera. Artur. Herrera. Halter. McGlynn. Halter. Artur. And Ollie. Halter back to Resch. Artur's captain for the Dynamo. Hector Herrera. Guillermo. Ponce. Is Bozat onside? Cleared away by Mosquera. Novelic tries to start a counterattack, but it's cleared. And flag goes up. Mosquera to Davis. To Ajiabeng. Cleared away by Davis. And free kick for Kansas. Can't even say they're playing badly. They weren't. I wouldn't say they weren't terrible. They just weren't doing anything in the first half until right before they got the red card. And then when they got the red card, we're back in control. Herrera. A lot of space for the Dynamo. Can Guillermo get it? Davis tests it to the keeper. Karich. Best song? Mascara. Davis. Deplorian. Karich. Harris. Karich. Switches it to Davis. Tajiabeng. Davis. To Mascara. And Andrade commits foul. I think that is. Yep, that's Andrade. Does this put Kansas City last in the league? I think it does. I think I just saw that it does, but it might not. There's. Oh, I see why. Somehow Philadelphia scored 2 goals in 2 minutes to win the game against Atlanta. Neil Pierre and Alido. Bassong and um, that was who's 5? Oh, Blorian. Why was he that high? Yevelich goes down. How is that? Yeah, you're last in the West, but you're actually second to last in the like a whole table. Atlanta's last. Anali's in perfect position, taking on his defender. Crosses it. Bozat. This is not going well. Andrade. McGlynn. And I think that went off Herrera and out for a goal kick. I'm just. Yeah. Borin. Bassong. Harris. Karich. Ajiabeng. How has Kansas City not made a sub yet? Karich goes back to Cleveland. Bassong. Ajiabeng. I can see that that's a problem. They play it over the top. Halter heads it away. Bassong. Andrade. Artur. Guilherme. Go back, go back. Guilherme goes back to Andrade. And Guilherme. There's a lot of Brazilians in this team. Andrade's a Brazilian. Halter's Brazilian. Artur's Brazilian. Guilherme's Brazilian. And we're linked with more Brazilians. There's also Antonio Carlos. That's Brazilian. Guilherme. Rash. There's Duncan McGuire is in full jersey for his second. Or is this second or third? Probably his third league minutes as a Dynamo player. Halter. Rush. Yeah, because he started against DC. Ponce. Bozak goes down. That's a free, not a free kick. Rush and Bassong almost gets it, but Jack gets it to an ollie. Jack. Guilherme loses out there. And here is Andrade. Herrera. Falls out, like every ball falls right to the Dynamo. Artur. And ollie. Halter. Resh. Herrera. Harris. Harris goes back to the keeper. Ponce pressing. Almost. They're making 3 subs, which is a lot there. 28, 99, and 6. Meyer, Reed, and Manu Garcia. That's a good sub. And then we're bringing in Duncan McGuire for Ezekiel Ponce. I'm not surprised at all in that. Duncan McGuire, a new signing. We really need to start starting him over Ponce more. We all know Ponce's not good as Dynamo fans. I don't know what I say. Manu Garcia's a good sub for them, but I don't really know what it's going to do. Meyer in for Mosquera, Garcia in for Ajiabeng, and Reed in for Davis. Wait, they took out the two best players on the field currently, or at least in terms of performance. Davis and Mosquera. Halter to Herrera to Artur. Artur, Halter, Herrera, Resch, Herrera to Artur, Resch, Herrera. Myers ain't all that though. Oh yeah, he would be starting if he was actually good. Herrera, especially in this team, like Kansas City haven't been good in so long. Halter, Bozat. Like, what was the last time they made the playoffs? It had to have been, well, I think it was 2021. Bozat, Halter. They might have made it in 2022, but I don't think so. Herrera to Halter. Herrera. Why is Herrera playing in between the center backs? Artur. It should be Artur that's doing that. Like last time Herrera was here, he was like more of like the box to box midfielder. Like Herrera and Artur have swapped now. Here's Artur now. Resch. Andrade. Why is Resch just like moving away from the center backs? Herrera. Jack McGlynn. Guilherme. Guilherme, a lot of space here. Leaves it for Andrade. Andrade shoots. Not far away, but wide. Yeah. Yeah, it's not pretty bad. I want to check how many goals is that for Guilherme, because I believe that's his 10th goal on the season. I think he's like the best player we've had since Albert Elise. Like, obviously not counting like Hector Herrera, but I mean like in terms of attacking, it's been a long time since we've had a good attacker. Yeah, I think he's at 10. He might be at 9. It's one of those two. Reed. Halter clears. And then his goals plus assists is like, it's either 14 or 15 now, which would put him tied for the top 5. Yeah, it is. There's about half the season to go. Garcia, a little over half the season to go. McGuire pressing. Meyer goes back to the keeper, Cleveland. McGuire is so close. Forced him to give it to Guilherme, but it's how is that a throw-in for Kansas City? That goes, I'm pretty sure whoever that was on Kansas that's playing right back now played that out of play. It's a great pass from Jack, though. I love that, like, the ball that like skips. That's such a great pass, and especially when it's an assist too. Guilherme does those all the time. I want Guilherme to do that a bit more. Herrera to Artur. Herrera. Halter. Bozat to Herrera. Resch. Herrera. Halter. McGlynn goes back to Herrera. And Artur. Like Messi doesn't even play half the season, and he's number one in like the top five on like almost every good like attacking stat. Guilherme to Andrade goes back to Guilherme. Guilherme to Halter. Wow, we are really high because Halter's one of our center backs, and he is very close to the box. Guilherme keeps it in. Does he? Goal kick. I think that's gonna be yeah. I guess I'd rather throw in there, but that doesn't work. Cleveland to Meyer. Myers. Yeah, it's Meyer. Cleveland. Giving away to Bozat. Bozat 2-0. That's his first goal in a Dynamo uniform. Last week he had his first assist in a Dynamo uniform, and now he has a goal. So whose fault was that? I blinked. Like I think that was Cleveland that passed that right to Bozat. And SofaScore has been saying all game that Bozat's been our worst player. Finally, they're gonna give him some recognition with a goal. So here's what happens: Cleveland, the press, is given away, and Harris goes right back into the path of Bozat, and it's 2-0. That is Bozat's first goal for the Houston Dynamo. At one point of the season, he was just on the bench. Somehow, he's actually like, and a lot of people didn't like him. Now I think a lot of people are starting to like him. Like last season, where he was in Argentina, and he was the captain of the team he was at. Resch cuts it out, and Artur is able to recover for the Dynamo. McGlynn and Ollie playing right back for the first time in his career. It's out for a throw in. Yeah, it figures Ponce is the only one with a bad rating. Artur and Ollie. Halter clears it. Wow, that was a good pass to Bozat. McGlynn. Herrera. Resch. Herrera. Guilherme. Herrera. You know what's really crazy? Bozat has played Cam 2 matches in a row. He's a 6. It's so weird. Artur. We're playing 3 sixes at once. Artur, Herrera, and Bozat. And you'd think Herrera would play the highest because he has played Cam before, but he's the deepest. And I would have thought that Bozat would have been the 6. McGlynn to Anali. McGlynn goes back to Resch. I would have thought Bozat would have been the deepest. Maybe Artur. They're both more of like 6 and 8s at like the same time. But I could not have seen Bozat playing the 10 until these last 2 games. He looks good in it actually. Artur. Guilherme. Halter. Herrera. And Ollie. Jack McGlynn. Hector Herrera. Artur. Hector Herrera. Wanted to play it over the top to McGuire. McGlynn to an Ollie. An Ollie. That's going to go out for a corner, I think. Yeah, it does. And an Ollie is down. I would take him out. I think he's played like 3 straight 90 minutes. There's got to be someone that can play right back. Negri, Sviatchenko, Linger, Holmes, Aliu, like everyone. But I want them to bring on Arana since like I've believed in him since like 3 years ago, and he's 15 now. and he's almost there. He did pretty well in the mid-season preseason thing, mid-season friendlies during the World Cup. Guilherme, his corner comes in, headed. How did that go wide? That perfectly on goal. Halter's header again. That's Andrade. Andrade's header just goes wide. It's Andrade and Halter, the two Brazilian center backs that look at the exact same. Heads it wide. And they were really close on both their goals. Reed. Basong. And here is Meyer, I think. Over the top looking for Joveljic. Joveljic is through on goal. And Ollie gets there. Saved by Bond. They actually really could have scored that. Bond to Artur. Herrera. Artur. Herrera. Artur and Maguire dropping deep. Will he come get it? Artur. Halter. Someone make a run. I think that's Franco Negri. That has to be an ollie coming off. Fresh to an ollie. Jack to an ollie. An ollie taking on his man. Does a back heel to Jack. Jack lays it off again to Hector Herrera. Herrera does a little slip pass through, but it's cleared. I like Joveljic. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably the best player on your squad for real. Artur. Herrera. Maguire. Harris is getting out with the ball. Andrade gets a tackle and Harris now has it. And Resch wins it back for the Dynamo. Here's Guilherme. Is Lewandowski on 2 goals already? Bozat does a dummy, but there's no one there. So it's won back by Kansas. Reed. That's Blorian. Manu Garcia. 14, that's Dwayne Holmes. 2 fullbacks. Well, Dwayne Holmes is everything. Everything but a goalkeeper. Garcia switches it to Reed. Joveljic. Basong. 5. Blorian. I'm losing track of names for some reason. We go back. Meyer. Garcia. Bozat's touch. And Ollie wins it. Jack. Bozat. That was so well done to Hector Herrera. Guilherme. Why does it keep going blurry? Jack McGlynn. Bozat. Jack McGlynn. Artur. Herrera. Instructions are being given to the subs. McGlynn to Halter. Holmes and Negri. Holmes has played everywhere this season. He's mostly done his role at right back. He's naturally a cam, but he's been playing he played right back most of the season. He's played striker for a few minutes just because they needed him to. Artur. He's played right wing at moments. He's definitely played cam for moments too. Not as much as striker, which is crazy. Halter to Herrera. Bozat. He's played 6 for a few minutes. He's played the 8. Played center back when we were down to 10 men against Dallas. McGlynn back to Halter. He played left back when when him and Aliu were on the field together against DC last week. McGlynn to Guilherme. Guilherme to Anali. Boza, Artur, Guilherme, forced to go back to Boza, Halter, Boza, Halter, Resh, Halter, Boza, Halter, Herrera, Artur, McGlynn, Boza, Halter, Herrera, goes back to McGlynn. Shapi coming on for Kansas City. He's number 93. Shapi Suleimanov. I don't know how to get that right. Resh to Halter, about 10 minutes to go. I'd like a third. An Ollie. Are we gonna be allowed to make our subs yet? McGlynn. McGlynn is a player that should be subbed off. I don't want to risk an injury when a game's over. Herrera. McGuire goes back to the keeper. Cleared away by Cleveland. Boza. That's got to be a handball. No? McGlynn keeps it in. An Ollie. McGlynn. They're not even trying to put players in the box for Kansas. Guilherme. Guilherme still going. Somehow they were able to get it away. Vasong. Karic. No way. I disagree. Wow, Cleveland's gone down to a 5.1. That's interesting. They're showing Jovelic's missed chance that was saved. Yeah, Anali and Andrade probably coming out. Shapi in. Bozat off. And Andrade off as well. So that's Anali still on. Bozat and Andrade. So Holmes is playing in the midfield. He's playing Cam. No, he's playing right wing back and Anali is now being pushed forward. Shapi. Jovic. Garcia. Resh clears it. I'm so confused on what Herrera was trying to do there. Karic. Yeah, sub off Guilherme and Jack. I definitely don't really want them on right now. Reed. To Meyer. Cleveland. Guilherme trying to intercept it. He has a goal like that. And they will somehow keep it, even though their player goes down. Garcia plays it over the top. And Bond has it. Dwayne Holmes. Playing right back. It feels weird seeing him playing as like the extra center back. It's like the right back center back type role. I would call it more of a right back or a center back for this game, especially since I kind of call Andrade a center back. Artur Herrera, Holmes, to an Ollie. Holmes back heel. They somehow, I don't know how they kept that in. Reed. That's Garcia. Reed. Karic switches it to Shapi, I think. To Basong. Why does he have so much space in midfield? Really? Yeah, he was limping earlier. I was worried about him. And then he came off not long after, so I'm not surprised. Houston has double the passes. That's not surprising. When a team has a red card, that's normally what happens. I'm so glad Lucas Bartlett comes on for Basong. I was just thinking, I was like, Basong's been on the whole time. It's interesting. Now he's being subbed off. That's Kansas City done with their subs. Houston have two more, which I think Guilherme and Jack should be subbed off. But like there was this one game for the Dynamo, we played LA Galaxy. They got a red card really early on, and we also got a goal really early on. And then the rest of the game, it was just all Galaxy. I don't know what we were doing, and they ended up scoring an equalizer off a beautiful free kick and from Fagundes, and then I got really upset because we drew 1-1 with 10 men. We didn't even try. Franco Negri, Dak McGlynn switches it to Lawrence Anali. Anali just past Duncan McGuire. Shoppy. No hydration break. I just realized again. Just gave Halter a yellow card from across the field. Sergi Boyko, like the one ref in the league that gives out like too many yellow cards, has given out a total of 3 yellow cards. And that's including the 2 yellow cards for Berg Johnson. I think that's Linger and Samaseku, probably meaning um, probably Herrera. Probably Herrera and Guilherme. Either Herrera and Guilherme or Herrera and Jack, I think. Florian. Or, no, Florian, yeah. Um, Bartlett. Garcia. Bartlett. Garcia to Reed. Reed. And Garcia. Garcia looks good. Reed. Bartlett. Bartlett's been looking good too so far since he's come on. Harris. Reed. What a save by Jonathan Bond. It's not like or if you're Kansas, it's not like you're being terrible. You're just kind of dealing with what you have, and you're actually doing pretty well with it. It's a great save by Bond. That was going in. Not much you can do other than save it. And Bond had to use one hand to push that over. Cross comes in. Over everyone. They moved everyone to the near post, but it went far post. Shafi, I think. Shoots. Great save. That was Bond doing really well, but why are we defending now? We're giving them the ball again. We don't need to be doing this. Garcia over the top. And Bond catches it. Let's go get a third, please. Holmes. Artur. Resch. Herrera. Negri. Herrera. Negri goes back to Resch. Like, we have so many Argentinians and Brazilians for some reason. And we're working on bringing in another, too. I know that we're working on a center back. I don't know why we need a center back so bad. I think they want to move on Sviatchenko. Holmes. McGlynn. Halter. It might also be because Halter has, like, injury concerns, and Resch came out of the third round of the draft. But why not just play Resch for the rest of the season? Resch is one of the best center backs in the league already, and that's not even biased. Whenever he's on the field for the Dynamo, he looks amazing. And Manu Garcia has it for the Dynamo, or for Kansas, and it's won back by Guilherme anyway. And it's 3v3 to an ollie. Now Kansas players are coming back. Or an ollie to Guilherme, to Jack, to Guilherme, to an ollie. Corner. Linger and Samaseku in. I didn't get to see who's out. Herrera and Guilherme. I'm not. I told you. I knew that it had to be them. I don't really care for keeping Jack McGlynn on though. Good to bring on Samaseku and Linger though. Linger's minutes have completely dropped. I know he's not coming here, but that would be huge for MLS. Um, it really looks like he's going to Turkey, right? Artur, Holmes, Anali, hit it like you did against Colorado. Why are you going backwards, Samaseku? We are 3 minutes of stoppage. We are playing a 10-man team. McGlynn, McGuire, McGlynn shoots. Oh, I thought that was in. It hit the net. It bounced off the thing and into the back of the net, like the back side of the net. So not in. I was way too close. Harris taking on a Resch. You think you're gonna beat Resch in pace there? Like 6'6" pacey defender. Resch is way too good. Resch is a cheat code. 6'6" Argentinian and pacey defender, all in one. Holmes, Samaseku. Holmes, Samaseku, Jack. Jack looks very similar to Resch, and then Jack looks similar to McGuire. I don't understand how this happens, but it does. Like for some reason, it happens a lot with Jack. Halter, Bond, Resch. Why are we just passing it? Go for a third. Negri, Linger, and gives it away. Garcia, Negri or Linger wins it back. Here's an ollie. 3v5. Holmes. McGlynn, we're not trying. Samaseku. Artur. Samaseku to Resch. Halter. Holmes. McGlynn. Halter. Resch. Halter. Given away. Here's Reed in the last minute of the game for Kansas City. And Shafi, Florian, Meyer. He's Jovic on the left wing. Anali and Holmes both trying to win it back. They are not able to. Manu Garcia. You know the weird thing is Anali and Holmes have been playing left back and right back most season. Garcia pulls it over, and here is Shafi. That's good to beat Negri. Artur. McGuire chasing it down against Meyer. McGuire gets there. Gonna be 1v3 though. McGuire. Good tackle by Meyer. And McGuire has it again. To Jack McGlynn. If they let him shoot on the left, it's over for them. Final. Houston Dynamo beat Sporting Kansas City 2-0, which is kind of underwhelming. But I'll take it. Yeah, good game. Good game. You guys did way better than you should have. I think Rafael Licky is a good coach. You guys just really need a ownership that cares. Like ours has definitely started to care a lot more and more. And as soon as he starts giving the team enough money to buy good players, your team will definitely be in the. I will be getting better and better. Yeah, thanks for watching the stream, everyone that has watched, and